In this episode of Cloud Performance Atlas, I take App Engine's new scheduling flags for a ride. Will we buck the performance trend? Stay tuned to find out. Now, one of the nice aspects of the cloud being a platform is that over time it'll grow, change, and improve itself, which is exactly why we're talking about App Engine instance count again. Since our episode last year, the App Engine team rolled out a brand new scheduling system to help you get even more control over how and when App Engine spins up instances. So, of course, I wanted to dive in, kick the tires, and see how some of the new settings works. But first, I wanted to get a baseline read on how the scheduler responds in the same tests that we used last time. Once again, our server code is pretty simple. It's just a simulation of a CPU-intensive application. Obviously, if you have a 4-second response time, you've got bigger problems to worry about. As a baseline, here is 1K queries per second, which the previous scheduler shows differences between the new one. We can see that without touching any settings, the new scheduler is already performing just a little bit better for my contrived scenario, which is good because it means that without lifting a finger, we get a little better on instance counts. Next is something I've been interested in for a while, min and max instance settings. Max instances, of course, defines the upper limit on the number of instances you can have, which is helpful to control your costs, while min instances ensures that after deployment, there's always a certain number of instances running. But before you set this flag, make sure you take into account how your minimum instance count interacts with your idle instance count, since they are two very different concepts and you don't want a lot of spare instances lying around when you don't need them. Make sure you check out the article in the description below for more details on that. Anyhow, next up is the target throughput utilization flag, which sets a threshold for the number of concurrent requests, after which more instances will be started to handle the traffic. This flag works hand in hand with max concurrent requests to determine your true number of requests per instance. For throughput-heavy applications, lowering this value will result in more instances being spun up to handle the work, while increasing this value will let each instance better handle the connections and in most cases should reduce instance count. Now, finally is the target CPU utilization flag. This flag defines the CPU utilization ratio, which defines when a new instance should be spun up. Or perhaps a better way to say it, if your app is CPU bound, then this is the parameter you tweak to optimize between performance and cost, since lowering and raising it can impact how many instances you spin up in order to handle the workload. With an improved scheduler and a new set of settings, App Engine gives you much better controls to better balance between performance and cost, which, in my humble opinion, is always the spot you want to be in. If you'd like to know more about these tests, check out the article linked in the description below, and don't forget to check out the rest of the Cloud Performance Atlas content, because when it comes to performance, every millisecond counts.